All right, guys, we're back again this week with the fire starters. We're going to review them like we did with the previous two types, water and grass, and we'll rank them accordingly.
Yeah, this is the final part to this trilogy.
Yeah. After this, we'll probably do something a little bit less niche again. I think it's nice to go into like a something more kind of selective and then go to something that more people can kind of relate to. So let's get started. Yeah. We're going to start off with Score Bunny, the most recent fire starter, the one from Pokemon Sword and Shield on the Switch. Do you have any opinions about it?
Yeah, Score Bunny's okay. Um, yeah, I'm not hating. Uh, but again, I feel like this is a sentiment that just things started declining as time went on.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like middle of the range, like low B or high C feels good to me.
I think it would deserve a C. I think the initial evolution's not bad, but I don't think that is it Cinderace, the final evolution, has enough like presence to it. It's kind of just like a small rabbit. Well, it's a big rabbit, but it's small compared to the other final evolutions. So it's really not too special. I think C is a good spot.
Yeah.
Um, Next up, we have Litten, the fire starter for Pokemon Sun and Moon, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sun and Moon.
Uh, yeah, despite the decline in fire starters as time went on, I actually think Litten's pretty cool. Um, yeah, I like the design, and Incineroar is pretty cool in my opinion too. I think Incineroar sort of has the power, uh, this sense of strength that a final evolution should have, and for that, I feel like Litten should be like a B.
Yeah, I would agree. Litten, I think, is one of the gems in the later Pokemon starters. I really liked Incineroar's. I really like Incineroar. He's a really cool Pokemon. So yeah, I think B is a good spot for him. Next up, Fennekin. What do you think about Fennekin?
You know, shoot me in the face and throw me in the water, but I'm not a Fennekin fan. I don't think Fennekin is great, and I don't think its evolutions are that great either. I think Fennekin was the beginning of the end for fire starters.
Yeah, I think when I had first seen Fennekin, once like the Pokemon starters leaked, I was interested to see the direction that they were gonna go, but ultimately was not happy with the direction that they went. I think Fennekin is easily the worst fire starter on our list. I think we should put it D.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right, cool.
let's do
Next up, Tepig.
Tepig. So, okay, some background. For a while, I was just like a fire starter loyalist.
Mm.
Like, I would only pick the fire starters for some reason, and Tepig was the final one that I picked. Um, yeah, so I like Tepig. I think it's cool that Tepig is in fact a pig. Um, Final evolution is Embor, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, yeah. Embor also has sort of this powerful aura that I think a final evolution should have. I feel similar to Tepig as I do like to Litten, so B or, maybe an A possibly.
Yeah, I will say though, I really like Tepig's first two evolutions, and I think the third one kind of falls off in quality compared to them. That might just be my opinion, but yeah, I really like Tepig's first evolution. Second one I also like, but I think his final evolution is kind of meh. But yeah, I'm comfortable putting him high B, low C. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do high B.
High B? Okay.
Yeah.
High B above Litten or?
I would put him above Litten.
Mm, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Um, Next up, I think we're getting into the good starters. These four right here are iconic. Let's start off with Chimchar. What do you think about Chimchar?
Chimchar was, uh, yeah, probably my first fire starter. This is when I jumped in, and yeah, Chimchar is great. I just think the evolutionary line is good, like has nice progression. And I remember Chimchar from like the anime, like back when I was watching it.
Uh,
And yeah, I like Chimchar a lot. I would put Chimchar in like the A tier.
Yeah, I want to put him more in the S tier. I really like Chimchar, and also you mentioned the anime. I think his whole thing in the anime was really cool. He had like some kind of, it was his ability, which was like flare or something like that, and he would like kind of lose control and kind of go berserk all the time, which was pretty cool for the anime. I like that, but even if just sticking to the Pokemon games, I think Infernape is a really good final evolution fire starter, and Chimchar and Monferno are also pretty epic. So. I don't know. I think high A minimum. I think we could make a case for S. What do you think?
Uh, yeah, let's stick him in A right now and then see if he deserves a bump up.
Okay, that's fair. Next up, Torchic.
Torchic, I am a huge fan.
Huh.
I think Torchic does the transition from cute to like fearsome super well.
Mhm.
I love Blaziken. I think Blaziken's one of the coolest like final evolutions of like all the starters. Yeah, I personally feel like Torchic is S tier.
I completely agree. Torchic is my, I would say, yeah, I think Torchic is definitely my favorite evolution line as far as the starters go. Maybe even one of my favorite Pokemon, to be honest. I love Blaziken, and anytime I was given a choice to choose Torchic, I would use it, no question. I don't think I ever played any of the games with the other starters that gen, just because I love Torchic so much. So yeah, I think Torchic's an easy yes. Blaziken's an amazing Pokemon. Um, Next up, let's go to Cyndaquil. What are your thoughts on Cyndaquil?
Cyndaquil is a weird one. Despite believing that we're in the golden age of starters right now, Cyndaquil was like just a missing hole that I don't think is that great. Like, uh, maybe this is like a noob thing, but like, what even is Cyndaquil supposed to be? Like the animal cognate?
I, this might sound very stupid, or one of us is gonna sound really stupid right now. I always thought Cyndaquil was the the animal. Is a Cyndaquil not an animal or something like that?
Cyndaquil is for sure not an animal.
It's something like that. It sounds very similar to Cyndaquil.
I I was thinking that maybe the quill had something to do with like porcupines.
Is he a
Okay,
Pokemon?
Cyndaquil is based off of an echidna,
Oh, what is that?
which
Is that like a porcupine?
sort of, yeah. I mean, it's what Knuckles is.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
okay, yeah. Okay.
but yeah, regardless, I think Cyndaquil's kind of dumb, and I don't like the anywhere in the evolutionary line.
Yeah, I think it's pretty weak altogether. For some reason though, I feel like Cyndaquil is always getting so much hype. I don't get I think he's overrated, to be honest. It's just so like bland, and the evolutions are just like bigger versions of him. It's just like two
Exactly.
colors and then a fire. And sometimes like Typhlosion doesn't even have the flame on him, so it'll just looks like a big like weird shape. It looks like a big Ditto with like different
Yeah.
coloration. So yeah, I think Cyndaquil's a weak one. I would put him low B, high C maybe. I don't think he deserves much higher.
Yeah. Let's do high C,
I see.
just like the juice. Yeah.
Yes. All right. I like that. Next up, probably the most iconic starter that we've gone over in any of these tier lists, Charmander, the Gen 1 fire starter.
Yeah. Unless you count Pikachu, then yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
Charmander is the most iconic starter. And for very good reason. Charmander's amazing.
mhm,
Turns into a freaking dragon as the evolutionary line goes on. Obviously, Charmander and like the whole evolutionary line has gotten a lot of love, like with
definitely.
the uh, like Mega Evolution
Yeah, I got two
and
of them.
yeah, you know, something in me says maybe Charmander's a little overrated, but that's just because he's rated like so well. Like everybody loves him. But I
Yeah.
think Charmander's like S tier.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, a part of me as well thinks that like he shouldn't be this high, but also like he's just a great design Pokemon. I love him. He turns into a dragon, like you were saying. I think maybe the only one thing that I could say against him is that Charmeleon's kind of a meh middle evolution. But I mean, Charmander and Charizard both make up for that like amazingly. So I think it's an easy S. The question is though, do we put him above Torchic or below Torchic?
You know, stomp on me until I'm a little smudge, but I would put him below Torchic
Yeah, I would
personally.
agree. I agree. Personally, I think Torchic is the gold standard for starters. It's just
Yeah.
Charmander trying to jump in front right there. Yeah, so this is what we have right now. Like our previous tier list, we also have some stats we can look at. What do you think? Do you think any of these need to be solidified?
I think I have a couple things I want to check out. I want to check out Cyndaquil, see if Cyndaquil can be redeemed or cursed even further,
Uh-huh.
and Chimchar.
Chimchar.
Uh, yeah, to see if we want to move Chimchar up.
Okay, yeah. Let's take a look at Cyndaquil first. So Cyndaquil. His abilities flash fire. If he's hit by a fire type move, it does not deal damage, but instead raises the power of his fire type moves by 50%. Any hits after that by fire type moves don't raise the power. It just remains the same. And these are his stats. Pretty decent speed, special attack, everything else is kind of meh.
Kind of a beast then. I mean, special attack is high, and that's like uh goes well with his ability.
Mhm.
Doesn't make me want to move him up at all. I was really only open to moving him down, but uh, but I don't want to move him down anymore.
Yeah, I mean, on paper this seems really good, but I will say like it's pretty easy to plan against. Just don't use a fire type move against him, and then it doesn't really do anything to be honest.
True.
Yeah. So let's go to Chimchar now. Chimchar, Iron Fist increases the power of all punch moves by 20%. Pretty straightforward. Decent attack, decent special attack, decent speed. Seems like a mixed attacker, decent speed.
Yeah. This makes me think a little bit about the plague of firefighting,
Yes.
um, which I think has to be addressed. You
We
know,
yeah, we definitely need to talk about that.
yeah. I don't think that. I think obviously it's a cool combo for a reason, and there's a reason it was overdone,
Uh-huh.
but it was definitely overdone. Um, which kind of just gives me a bad taste for anyone who's firefighting.
That's fair.
Which makes me not want to move Chimchar up. But yeah, that's just my historical justification.
Yeah, I mean, while I do love Chimchar, and I think Infernape is a really good final evolution, when I think of like Blaziken and Charizard, I wouldn't really put Infernape on that same tier. But like I said, he's still really good. So I think an A spot is good for him. I think leave the S's for the legendaries.
Yeah, and
Well,
not to destroy him for this reason, but I think part of what makes Infernape not as cool is just he's short. Like
yeah.
he's small.
Yeah, if he was like a little bit bigger, it might have been cooler.
Yeah, maybe if he like, I don't know, had a little bit more bulk to him, but yeah, he doesn't have that same feeling as Blaziken or Charizard for sure.
Yeah, Blaziken looks like if you get anywhere near it, you're dead. Infernape, I feel like there's a chance I can get away.
Yeah, yeah. So I feel good about this.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is the final ranking for our final starter type. We're done with Pokemon. We'll come back to you guys next week with something else. Like, subscribe, comment something you guys want us to do. Anything else you want to add?
Thank you.
Yeah. See you guys next week.